All right, welcome back everyone to the video. In this video, we will be taking a look at how we can add an AI into our game. So let's explore first the AI itself. Now, to make an AI, well, we would need another unit, right? So let's create another unit. Create a unit here. We'll make a top-down unit. You can go to the upload cell and you can pick whatever. So maybe what I'll do is I'll make a pig first, search up pig, and pop this in. Now to turn on AI, we simply need to go to the AI tab and turn it true. Now, there's a lot of things here, and we can actually adjust these. So let's do that right now. Here, the attack to hostile unit, we can set this to flee. This is kind of a AI that walks around and runs away from. It's a little piggy that runs away. Okay, so here for the sensor radius, we'll turn this to 150 because this is somewhat important, specifically for the sensor response to hostile units. If we want this guy to respond to a hostile unit like flee, then this needs to be set. So if this was 0, this would do nothing. We need to make sure that this is at, like, has a number. It could be 10, it could be 150. 10 might be too small because this kind of like a circle around the pig, and if 10, then it might not reach anything. So yeah. Now for the idle behavior, we could have it on stay, but I'm going to put it on wander. Now, if we hit save and apply, and let's add this to our game, we'll go to map, which entities tool, and I might have to republish this. So let's do that real quick. All right. So once we've added the piggies, I republished and I did change, well, you haven't seen it yet, but I will change the rendering to Phaser 2D just because they do look a little funky right now. But you can see that they wander, but there is kind of a problem that they don't really run away from hostile units. It looked like they did, but they don't. Now, the reason, there you go. You see it doesn't really do run away. They're just walking towards me. They are doing the wander, but they're not running away. They're not fleeing. So what does that mean? Well, what is hostile? What is all the hostile stuff? Well, let me just rename this pig. New unit is a little weird. Well, let's make a hostile unit first. Let's go to top down and let's make a bear. We'll make a bear here. Now this bear is going to be the hostile unit. Now to set this, we'll go to the AI and we want to set something. Now I want you to try to actually do this yourself first. Take a look at what you might want to have for these as a hostile thing. Well, first for the attack hostile, we'll go to true here. We'll say fight. So attack to hostile units, we'll say fight. This we'll say wander, so that way he's walking around a little bit. The max attack range, we'll do 10. And then max flee, we'll do 1,000. And here we'll leave it at simple. And then most importantly is the sensor radius, because here we're going to have him fight on response to hostile units. All right, so we'll hit save and apply, but it still won't do anything. Now, the reason is because we need to now add player types. In our player types, we have a human player, we have an NPC. Now, I'm going to change this to neutral creeps. And you can show this if you'd like, but it doesn't really matter. But the main important part here is on the bottom, the diplomacy. Now here, the neutral creep will be neutral, everything. But the more important one will be hostile creeps. Now here is where the magic happens. In the hostile creeps, we can determine whether or not this guy is hostile to other things or not. So the human player, I'm going to set to hostile. So he's going to be hostile towards the human, the player, right? It's also going to be hostile towards, you could have him hostile towards each other if you'd like. Here for the neutral creeps, I'll set this to hostile. All right, so that's it. We can hit save. Now that's not really it, right? So essentially we've created these player types, right? This is hostile to other things, but it's not connected here. It's not, the bear is not a hostile creep yet. We need to add it through the script. So what we can do is when we go into one of these, we can see that this is creating a pig for AI, and we should be able to go in here. Because we did this through scripting, we might actually have to delete this. And what we'll do here is let's delete all three of these. And okay, here we go. So here we have AI1 is being assigned to neutral creeps. And this means that we need to have another AI type. So in our environment, here we have AI1. Here we can say AI neutral. And we'll add two more. So we'll need one player, and this will be AI2. And what we want to do is have AI hostile, let's say, and AI you can have like resource or something like that, but that doesn't matter for the video. So here for the neutral, we can have this as two actually, and have this one just so it's in order. Now here for the AI1, see this is red. So here we can set a neutral or neutral creeps. Perfect. But we also want to do the hostile, right? So we can copy this and paste it, and we'll change this to AI hostile and this to hostile creeps. So we're assigning the AI hostile to the hostile creeps. But now let's create a new script here that spawns units. And I'm just going to copy code, but I'll explain what it does. Okay, so in this script, this is going to trigger every second. Now, essentially what we'll do is we're going to check for the number of units of each type first. And if it's under a certain number, meaning like I killed one or one died already, then we'll create another one until it reaches this number. Now for this, I'll create 5 pigs and 1 bear. So the important part here, though, is the creation of it. You can see that this was similar to when I added it through the map entities, but essentially it's going to create a bear for the AI hostile that we just made. So here we have two options, AI hostile and creeps, and then just random position. This part doesn't really matter. It's just a random position in our map. So we'll click OK. And we're doing the same thing for the pig, but remember, the important part is AI neutral. Our pig is an AI neutral. Save and apply. Now, one more thing to point out is over here, you can see here that assign last trigger to human players is being assigned, which is over here. So we don't need to do anything for the player. The human player gets assigned to human players. If you'd like to change the name for this, you can go for it. Maybe say neutral creeps or whatever you'd like. Just make sure that here it's hostile to human players. Okay, let's publish and save. Once we are in our game, you can see a bunch of piggies, and they don't run away from me. That's because I'm not hostile to them. But there should be a bear over here, and you can see him attacking. Now, he is going to come attack random things, including me. I get close enough. But the issue is you don't see any attacks, right? You can see him attacking me kind of, but there's no attack, right? So what do we need to do? Well, we need to give him an attack, right? There's no weapon on him. So the way we do that is we'll go to items, new item. We'll create a melee weapon, and we're going to create, this one is pretty common for most games like this, a melee attack. Now, this melee attack, I'll name it melee attack. And essentially all we need to do is save this, and we'll go to the bear and give him the default item. We'll hit save, apply, and reinitialize. We'll confirm, and now we can see that. So maybe we'll actually just republish and see what we get. All right, so now we can see he's attacking the monsters. Now, in terms of health and stuff, we can actually go to the melee attack and go to the weapon. And you can see this does 10 health. For the pigs, these guys have 100 health. The homie has 100 health. Now, the reason nothing is dying is because there needs to be a death strip. So that is something on you. I will kind of leave you to do that, but you would have to go into one of the scripts for, let's say, the homie or the pig. Usually I would do it in the world script. It kind of depends on what you want. So you could create a set of spawn units, a unit deaths, and essentially you would look for a trigger. So when an attribute reaches 0, because the health is an attribute, you would check to see when the attribute is 0. Then if it is, check if it's health, check if it's the player, check if it's the pig, see, like what is happening, right? And then kill it, right? Destroy that unit if it reaches 0. So I'll kind of leave you guys to explore that. We have some videos on our channel if you want to check that out. That might help with that. Let me know down in the comments what else you guys might want to see, like other videos like that, and I'll get to that. So I'll see you guys in the future. So make sure to hit that subscribe button down below, like the video, and go comment.